Enough already! When are you gonna stop? I just want some peace and quiet! Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. Alright everybody, it's time for us to take a little gander into quite a bit of a banger that I unfortunately missed out on, slept on, put aside, etc. a while back. This here is the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Or is it Brante? Either way. This is something that was suggested to me when it first released. Falcon, you'd love this. It's a narrative-driven RPG where every single choice you make matters. You run into some terrible things in this game, depending on the choices you make. Everything impacts the story going forward. How about now, we finally take a little perusal, take some suffering, in the choices that we shall be making as Sir Brante. Let's check it out. Now, before we dive in, a couple of things we have to set up here. Now, obviously, we're going to be maximizing full suffering, which means that we shall be playing in Iron Man mode. Means I can't go back and be like, oh, I didn't like that choice, let me go ahead and do it and restart. None of that. You choose it, it is what it is. Consequences, we have open, we have hidden. With open, apparently, you're able to see what the choice you make will affect. Obviously, makes it a lot easier if you know what you're going to affect. What if you don't know what the choices you make will affect? Well, that's what we're going for here. So we're going to try to make this a little bit fun. So hidden, I have no idea what's going to happen by the choices I make. And obviously, if something goes wrong, I can't be like, oh, let me just go ahead and, restart this again. No. You're in here for the long run.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you were lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You were not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them, and they are a part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There's two of them. The ones who made you form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united. And as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel the differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and pathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, of force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow, barely seen behind them, yet already pulsating with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing even stronger within you. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. So, do we reach out to the palm, which, might indicate the mother? That warmth? Mother's love? Reach out to the fist, the stern father? Just, but fair. Or do we smile at the shadow? You smile at the figure standing behind them. Who could that be? What could that be? Is it a doctor? Is it a nurse? Is it a chambermaid? Who knows? But let's smile at it. Let's find out. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward, yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's looks is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. The shadow brings a finger to his lips as if to say, there, baby, don't cry. It's our secret now. And the shadow melts into the light. Well, whatever that was, we have apparently acquired ourselves some willpower. We have 10 points of willpower. So right now we're currently full of power. We're going to be using willpower for inner strength and readiness for action. You spend it on difficult choices, so I do like that we have that. Your life in this world begins. How will you live it? 1-year-old. 1-year-old little Falcon. Running around causing havoc. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong cold hands. He visits you rarely. Hello there, little Falcon Brante. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night.
My, you're growing up so quickly, my child.
There are 2 more children in the family named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you into the air.
Oh look, this is your brother and sister.
Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge because you were born a commoner.
Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Falcon. Let's go play in the yard.
It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with the other as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky, far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at it. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek.
He's just a little baby, how's he gonna play?
Then you hide him and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with a happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason. And then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Abandon you? Well, we can cry loudly, hoping to be found. We could try to find our own way home. Or we could sit there and wait. You start playing with leaves and twigs and little bugs. Well, I don't think this is the way. I think we try to find our way home. And hopefully not get lost along the way. You get up on your feet, swaying a little bit. Carefully, you take a first step, then lose your balance and plop down on the ground again. But you are determined. You get up again and keep walking in the direction Gloria went. You walk out of the bushes and further towards the wall of the house, and then the most tender and gentle hands in the world embrace you and pick you up. Mother has found you.
There you are.
You lean on Mother's chest and hold on to her with your arms. You want her to know that you came here all by yourself, without any help. She pats you on the head. Your brother and sister behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria's in tears. Stefan is staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. So, this gave us a point in determination. Your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. So at the moment, we are spineless because we got 1 point. But another one of these and we'll be active. So let's see about hopefully not being spineless our entire childhood here. Well, that's a good step forward, right? Literally walking ourselves back as a 1-year-old kid. Another memory, you are still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stefan is quite quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria.
My son, today is the great dissent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. So you are too young to understand, so you do everything your sister says for now.
Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys here, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing there but a bare wooden floor.
Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong.
It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door, all you can hear. You were sitting on the cold floor, confused, with no idea what to do. And you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it.
When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every butt. Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common folk, common people work and toil. Always patient, never spoiled. Live your lot where you were born to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere.
You are transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and a smile creeps across her face.
You like the rhyme, don't you, Falcon? Do you know what it's about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar on the line of the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. And if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner, too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard, understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then they teach everybody.
Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From the light emerge 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder. The other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more.
Know your lot and know the prayer.
You feel compelled by this divine light's divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? Do we finish the song properly? Or you shout your own words instead of the last line of the song?
Know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere.
You shout these words, but you have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair sitting behind her back turn to look at you. Feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. Disappointment in her eyes.
Falcon! That's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it?
You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. Determination went up again. We are no longer spineless. So take that as you will. A little act of rebellion there. Got us out of the spineless territory. You are starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service. But your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner. But father says you may yet come onto nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart. The many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in this strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night. But the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even then, you keep falling. You never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls them names. Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers all of you in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too. And it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl. You will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of wars, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting. And Father approves of your fascination. Study hard. Maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. More terrifying once you actually grow up. A lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch in your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hits you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle to you these days.
Why did you hurt Stefan, Falcon?
Stammer out an explanation. He hit you first, so you just hit him back.
How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with the real sword.
Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and you can still feel her concern for you.
Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. The sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be.
Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. However, it seems that we have an option here that would have previously been locked to us had we not made the choices apparently we have made along the way. So this right here is now available to us. It's because of her willpower. We're at 10. So we needed enough willpower to make this happen. Deny your guilt or demand an explanation. I mean, we might as well take advantage of the ones that we have unlocked based on our choices, right? You accept your guilt and tell Mother you are ready to be punished. Sure. You look down and agree with what she just said. You're ready to be punished. You start apologizing to Stefan, but he turns his back on you. Before you can finish, Mother takes your hand and leads you away. You do not want to follow her. Your hands are getting heavy and sweaty, your legs are growing heavy. Then suddenly she stops and bends down closer to you, looks you straight into your eyes.
My son, I see you understand our lot now. We do not defy, we suffer. That is our only path to the twins after our deaths. Our only way to reach eternal bliss atop of the peak of the pillar. Our virtue is meekness. We are humble in our words. We work hard. We think that is right. You have shown all of this. I am so proud of you.
She hugs you and you finally release the pent-up tears. You feel so much more at ease now. You are flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again, but you feel the touch of the divine law with each blow. Now this right here did actually give us some relationship points with Stefan Brante. Sympathy. Which could be useful as this guy is apparently on his, steadfast path towards becoming a noble. Might be somebody good to have on our side before we do certain things. And we even got apparently grateful status with Mother as well. And we lost 5 action willpower points for that, but that's fine. We had them for a reason. Might as well use them. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hand and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks through the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar, and she sings you songs and tells you amazing stories.
Hey Falcon, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mama hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? Our judge is my second father. In the past, I had another. Mother says the twins are great. Says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it is mine.
But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there. But then she vanished. The servants join you in search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears a commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry in the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run. There seems to be no escape.
What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to detain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It's already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny, and I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again.
Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to the scene, unsure of how to act. Well, as you can see, we have one that we cannot choose based on the choices we made thus far. When nobody can hear you, you offer to write poems with Gloria. Perception, which is something we haven't acquired a single point of just yet. We could use her determination to complain about your sister. You complain to Mother about how Gloria often leaves you alone. Wow, big baby. You comfort Gloria and say that Mother is wrong. It's gonna cost us some willpower. Or we can just leave the room. You retreat to your room without saying a word. Well, I guess since we got the points... Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking.
But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me, really.
You're not in reassurance. Gloria embraces.
Falcon, you're the best little brother in the world.
The two of you make a little deal. She promised to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets always. And we'll see about that. But yet again, we have some points with another family member here. Obviously with her, not probably as beneficial long-term as Stefan, but you never know. Either way. We are, I think, down now to what, 0 points? I think we're down to 0. So hopefully make a choice down the line with a bit more willpower. Because these have been coming pretty clear in the clutch recently. Mother is in her armchair knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge after all. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other?
Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother. And Gloria is the daughter of another father. Come now. Don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older.
How's that even possible? You're all family, are you not? Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave. But then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, remember every word you hear.
When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you are a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot.
Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them. When they finally come back, the back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all the same, and yet everything has changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. And like just drop points with you, because you love the smell of your own farts now, huh? Don't you, Stefan? Alright. I think we had already a point with him then, huh? And our family unity seems to have dropped here a little bit as well. Your siblings, Stefan and Gloria, took the first sacrament to the temple. Or at the temple. Ah, baby is here. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him? Oh no, the two of you will play together. And tease Stefan together. And help Mother together. And go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day, you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. And Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She is so worn out. She starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible.
Go away, Falcon! You're bothering me!
She spits these words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite.
Enough already! When are you gonna stop? I just want some peace and quiet!
Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You are scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life much more. Call Father for help. Redirect her anger to yourself. Snatch Nathan from Mother. Apparently, since we're not in negatives, we could actually do this one. Or we could also hug Mother. Apparently, this requires grateful relations with our mother, which we do have. Maybe she needs some love. You walk up to Mother quickly and lock her tightly in an embrace. Your arms are too short, and the folds of her dress get in the way. But that does not stop you. She shudders as you unexpected touch and tries to free herself.
Let me go! Stop tormenting me!
But you only latch on even tighter. There's no way you're letting her go now. Not even if she screams at you or hits you, no way. You are here now. You will protect her and comfort her. Nathan stops screaming. An odd sobbing sound escapes his little baby mouth, as if he is too tired to scream. Mother accepts your sudden presence now. You feel her relax, and her movements become calmer. But there's still no way you're letting go. Not yet. Then you hear a quiet song, your mother's song. She's singing a lullaby to Nathan. He squeaks a little, then starts snoring quietly. And you calm down as well. Mother's now calmer in your embrace. Nathan is breathing quietly in his sleep.
Now please let me go, my dear. I have to put Nathan to bed.
You release Mother, and she puts Nathan back in the crib. After a little pause, she turns to you. Her face is still weary, but there's no sign of anger. She sits down next to you.
Thank you, my son. The twins know I didn't want to hurt you or Nathan. I'm so sorry. Please don't be angry with me. You did what you needed to. You gave me the strength to work through this.
She hugs you tightly. You do the same and press your forehead against her. Smells like home. Tears finally start to flow, but they are tears of happiness now. She pats you on the head and kisses your forehead. Nathan is sleeping quietly in his crib. It feels so good when things are as they should be. And we're in sympathy status now with Lydia. And family unity, up to a step, peaceful times. Which again, we had dropped down -6 after Stefan came over here, smelling his own ass. But we brought the family back to peace for now. Younger Nathan was born, and apparently he almost perished just as quickly as he was born. So we gotta keep our eyes on Mom regardless of which, I would say. Unfortunately though, I think we are out of time with this one, so this is a pretty good jump of spot here. After the possibility looming of our mother losing her marbles eventually. We'll see. Maybe we've calmed the beast for now, but who knows what might happen in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This has been the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Obviously, we're only shaping up what the future's leading up to right now, so there's a lot more to do. If you'd like to see me do more of it anyway, let me know in the comments and leave me a thumbs up in the video. I should know you want some more, and maybe the video will show up in your feed. So there's a chance for you to actually see it, and let me know if you want to see some more. If it does, then well, it is what it is. But I hope you guys enjoyed it regardless of which, those that did get to see it. I'll catch you next time.